Welcome back. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here. It's that time of year. It's garlic planting time. So, what I'm doing is taking my cured heads of garlic that we harvested earlier this year and I'm breaking them apart so that we can plant the cloves of garlic. This is why they're called hardneck, okay? It's got this hard neck that goes down through the center of the garlic. You remove that, then you break apart your garlic. Now you're going to get different size cloves. This would be what I call a large clove. That's a large clove. This is a narrow or small clove. What I like to do is save only the large cloves for planting. The smaller cloves will go to the kitchen for cooking and baking, whatever. If I have too many, I can chop them up and dehydrate them. Save the garlic powder for that time of year when we run out of garlic. But this year we made it right up to garlic harvest time. So you see how the cloves are united there. So this would be a smaller clove. And that would be a large. And then I've got a medium and a small. Common wisdom tells us for genetics, you save the best to plant, to promote the best. So something like this one here, this is a very large one. So I will sort them out, but I have in the past planted just about any garlic that I might have. Some garlic is, mediocre garlic is better than no garlic. But since I have an abundance, I can be a little picky, a little choosy. Something like that is substantial. Now, I suppose if I had a multi-acre garlic farm, that I would plant everything. Just because you want to fill up the farm. Now, we are located in Pennsylvania, elevation 1,1200 feet. Technically, according to the charts, we are in zone 5B. However, it all depends on how the weather patterns go through here. Sometimes I feel we're more like zone 4 because we get that late killing frost. We have no fruit trees, none around here, except what we're hearing is just oddballs of apples and pears that actually produced this year. I may have said this in one of my last videos, but all my chestnut trees froze right back and I thought they died. Well, they regrew new branches, but naturally there was no chestnuts. So when do you plant garlic? You can get technical, or you can do it as a matter of convenience. For me, it was always right around Halloween. More technically, it's after the first frost. I have planted as late as the second week of November. I'm doing this today a little early because we have not had frost yet. The reason why I'm doing this today is full moon. We're on the 28th of October. It's full moon, hunter's moon. And so I wanted to see if planting according to moon cycle, because I know some farmers follow the moon cycle. I wanted to see if that makes any difference. If you know, if you have done this experiment, leave me a message in the comment section, down in the comment section. Let me know if you plant your garlic before, during, or after the full moon, or do you wait for the new moon or no moon? Heck, that could be another time too. So, you know, that's 14 days from now. So I have enough garlic to plant that I could technically plant some today on the full moon and plant some on the new moon and see. Make sure it's the same variety. So like here, this clove, that'll go into the house. This clove will get planted. Let me know what zone you're in and when you plant your garlic, if you're planting hardneck garlic or if you're planting softneck garlic. Elephant garlic is, I'm not sure, yeah, I believe that's a hardneck, but it's a different type of garlic. I would plant at the same time as I plant this. So I'd be curious to know when you plant your garlic. I've always used that Halloween as an indicator. So let's see what the full moon does. And then once they're in the ground and I get a good covering of straw, I managed to get straw this year, so I don't have to use hay. I'll mulch them with straw, and I'll do another video on the actual planting. It may be maybe a day or so from now because I don't know if I can do it tonight yet, because I'm trying desperately to get it in before the moon rises. And I'll show you how I space them. I use 9 inches. If you go back to my other video about harvesting and how my experiments went this year, I did some 6-inch spacing for more intense production. And then I did my traditional 9-inch spacing. And how I got to the 9-inch spacing is I did that. From the tip of my thumb to the tip of my pinky is 9 inches. Just like from your forefinger to your elbow is 18 inches. So you got 18 inches and you got 9 inches. These are nominal. It might not be, you know, to the decimal. But that's how I started. I just started with my spacing. And then how I plant them is I used to just take my finger, poke a hole, put the garlic in, so the hole would be like 3 inches, push the garlic in, and then pull the dirt over, and then put the mulch on top. Now, if I can find it, I made a wooden tool, a dibbler. Some people call it a dibber. And that helps me make the hole easier. I really should make a spacing board. In other words, you take like an 8-foot board, and every 9 inches you drill a hole and you put a peg in it. I really should do that. That would make life easy. But you prepare your bed. If you have compost, put plenty of compost in it. ideally, in a perfect world, see, like there again, that's a small one. We should let our grow beds rest every 7 years. Some people say you rotate them and put different crops in them every other year. I have one grow bed, well, actually 2 grow beds, that I've been planting garlic in those 2 grow beds for a dozen years. That's it. So this year I planted some beans and peas in them after I pulled the garlic out as a cover crop. And so I'll terminate them when I plant in there, and I don't know if that'll help. It is said that you should never let your soil go uncovered. So why not use a green cover, some sort of plant? For us up here in the north, preferably something that dies with frost and self-terminates. Last one for today. This should give me 200 cloves, but I'm going to lose a few to being small. So you can fertilize with whatever you like. Fish and bone meal, you can use fish emulsion, you could use compost tea. You can even use pelleted fertilizers. There's nothing wrong with that, because potassium, phosphorus, nitrogen, they're just what naturally occurs in the soil. The only thing is we man-make it and pelletize it. It's still the same ingredient, the same mineral. So you can even use pelleted fertilizers. I like to just put the compost on into my wood chips and leave it sit there over the winter, and the next year I plant potatoes in there, and then that fall I plant garlic where the potatoes were. I keep rotating them. And well, that's just about it. I got myself a whole bunch of garlic. And some of them will not get planted and some of them will. So let me get to work. I got to get these in the ground. Head out to your garden. Let me know how you plant your garlic and when. Walter out.